Cyrus Freeman 9972 asks, do you know how this story ends, or are you gardening the narrative? How much depends on who the musical feature is?
I don't actually have the story planned out in super specifics. I kind of have directions and plot points that I want to reach, certain arcs for certain characters. And to be honest, I've reached a lot of those. So I'm now plotting more arcs. That flexibility allows a lot of cool things to happen and some unexpected features along the way. So one unique thing about doing this series is, unlike a normal seasonal show where the voice actors are signed up and they're on for, X amount of episodes, we do things episode by episode. If I want to have a character involved, I literally have to get in touch with the voice actor and say, hey, you fancy being in this episode? And if they say yes, I can finalize the script. If I've got a couple of characters, recurring characters, I have to get in touch with both of them, and I can't finalize the script till they're both in there. And I've had a few instances where people aren't available, and that kind of writes their character out for a little bit. So it's a weird thing where real life affects some of the direction of the story.
Shenk asks, do you have all the episodes planned out, or are you making it up as you go along? And if everything is planned out, does Lee, Roggers and Mikey know? And if not, where do they think X-RL7 will head in terms of lore?
So I think we covered this in the answer to Cyrus's question, but do the other cast members know what's up in the show? Not really, they've got inklings, but where do they think it's going to go? I don't know, where do you think it's going to go?
I don't know, who knows? So Omega has his visions at the beginning, right at the beginning of episode 1. Who is this person? Is that person ever going to be revealed? Is it, I don't know, Alfie?
In terms of lore, I don't know how far ahead Mike plans these. For all I know, he's got, the next 7 arcs all wrapped up in his head, and he hasn't put them down yet. I have no idea. We do talk about ideas a lot, though. I don't know where it's going to go next. I have my own headcanon, I have my own kind of wish list for things I'd like to see the Duke do. But I don't know where Mike's going to go with it next, honestly.
One, it could emanate. Emanate? Is that the right word? Culminate. There we go. Emanate. Could culminate in a end of game massive boss battle. X-RL7 against the Duke, who's obviously the massive boss at the end. And all his cronies, Smith busting out the Matrix, doing all sorts of weird moves, bullet time stuff, because he's got that look. Omega's kind of doing his stuff, and he's got all his peeps, and just a big boss battle. Other thing could be the visions Omega had at the start. You don't know who he's talking to, but that person could be controlling the Duke as well. There's some otherworldly being that's actually just running everything, and they're all part of a system, playing a game. That emanates and culminates in a boss battle. That's what we need to know.
And your answer was much better than mine.
This one's from Shenk. If XRL7 became mainstream and you guys got recognised in public, how would you react?
I would probably just pretend that they'd mistaken me for somebody else. Kind of like I do in real life. When people ask me, am I Mikey, in work even, or in everyday life, I'll very often pretend they've got the wrong person. No, that's not me. You've confused me with somebody else.
If I met an XR7 viewer on the street, I'd give you a big old hug, but you've got to read the room, because if I'm walking with tears in my eyes, maybe you should give me some space.
Hi, Roggers. If I got recognised, it would all depend on what way the wind's blowing and which way my beard's going, because, on one hand, I could dismiss you, but that wouldn't happen. If I ran into an XRL7 enthusiast, I'd probably say, all right, how you doing? Did you like the show? Who's your favourite character? I'll just bombard you with questions, see how much of a fan you really are. So be wary. If you see me and you want to say something to me, just know I'm going to fire it back at you in a positive and happy way. And that's the bottom line, because Ruggers said so.
I was going to say that really felt like a wrestling promo.
Yeah, initially I'd be confused because it's just me, but then also humbled and grateful because there are a lot of good people who watch this show, and I know a lot of people on the Discord are very loyal fans, and I sound really bored right now, but it's genuine. I'd just be grateful, because it's a lot of work goes into this show. So it's good to get all the good feedback, and have people like genuine fans following the show. Yeah.
We sound like dickheads now.
I'll fucking punch you in the face. Jay asks, for Roggers, Lee and Mikey, if you could change or redesign Alfie, Smith and the Duke in any way, what would you change, or would you keep them the way they are?
I don't know. Maybe change his wardrobe occasionally. Obviously he wears his like signature pink top. I don't know. Give him more flamboyant stuff for like special occasions. So like the episode where he's doing the press conference. Like the pianist Liberace. That sort of get up. For like special occasions. But other than that, there's not really much I'd change. I'm used to Alfie looking the way he does. He's flamboyant enough for like about 6 people. Cool.
Yeah, with Smith, like he wears a suit though, doesn't he? So like with Smith though, he wears a suit. So is that just his uniform for his work? So he has to look like that, or does he have tons of suits in his wardrobe at home? So his glasses, what does his eyes look like? Because they've got that blue tint, haven't they? So are they like sort of like cyberpunk glasses, and they tell you information and stuff?
Make him taller. Now, seriously, I'd keep him the way he is. Duke's brilliant. I did have an idea once for us all to find out that the Duke is so controlling, neurotic and manipulative because he's got a very, very naggy wife that basically he does everything she tells him to. I just love that idea. Of course, it does help that my nickname for my own wife is the Duchess. So, don't read too much into that.
Kiara, will we ever have more Kid K beats, like with a different voice actor or something, or just remove him entirely? Was it to avoid controversy or a bad look?
So the character Kid K Beats is voiced by Jimmy Urine of the band Mind Self-Indulgence. He's had some allegations, a court case against him for some behaviour in the 90s. As far as I'm aware now, the case has been dismissed and no charges have been put forward. To be honest, we lost contact with Jimmy long before that happened, even before the first episode he appeared in actually aired. As far as replacing the voice, that kind of doesn't feel right to me, to replace an established character with a different voice actor. That's happened with a few characters in the show actually, where I've lost contact with the artist, whether temporarily or in a longer term situation, and I tend to go on the side of writing that character out for a bit until they come back. But in terms of Jimmy Urine being back in the show or the character being replaced, no, I don't think so.
Juniper Galaxy asks, can Alfie sing well?
I'll tell you one way you can find out. And I bet you're expecting me just to break out into Alfie voice and sing something. We'd be wrong right now. But I tell you one way of finding out. Patreon, baby! And there's a clip of someone singing an Alfie voice, and then you can be the judge.
Melody asks, wondering if there's any tips on how to find the right person to do the mastering process for the songs, or just any fun stories to share.
In terms of finding a mastering engineer, I'd love to know the secret myself. I think a good place to start is somewhere like Fiverr or soundbetter.com. They've got lots of mastering engineers on there on various budgets. It's important to check out the work that they've done, check out examples of other songs they've mastered. A kind of fun story is going back again to the Ghost XD episode with Blue Starly. I really reached out to Brett on an absolute whim. I just wanted to work with him, and I had no story, no character, no anything, no song in mind. And I think a week and a half went by, and I'd totally forgotten about it and just assumed it wasn't going to happen, or they were busy. But I heard back from the Blue Starly camp, and I was overjoyed. And then I had to rustle up a story and a character and a song, and I did so in just like 5 days. And it turned out to be an amazing episode, and worked out really, really well. I got to work with one of my favourite artists, so that was pretty fun.
This long name here asks, what type of chips are your favourite?
British chips. Big chunky chips with the skins left on them. But you probably mean potato chips, right? American chips. not a huge fan of chips in that regard, I don't think. Frazzles are great. Bacon flavoured Frazzles, but I don't know if you can get those outside the UK, so...
Pringles.
I like Pringles. I like original Pringles. Boring, but they're nice. Kettle chips. Get them from Tesco.
Brand dropping. I'm going old school. Golden Wonder cheese and onion. They are so strong in flavour. Walker's Crisps.
Oh yeah. Do you remember those ones where you get the salt packet?
Salt and shake.
You have to put them in yourself.
Salt and shake. Oh, I did that once. Put too much salt in and just dribbled everywhere. Literally, I started frothing at the mouth. El Chiquito asks, how did Omega and PJ meet, and how was the duo created?
Well, actually, we kind of answered this question back in 2022 in the Q&A we did then, where Roggers and I did a kind of reenactment of how this might have gone down. Let's look at it right now.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Do you want to be in a band?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Cool. Raz asks, will we see how Smith got to be Duke's right-hand man?
Great question. To be honest, there's no plans immediately to explore that, so we're going to have to rely on erotic fan fiction for now. Luna X's right boob asks, who would you dress up as in X-RL7 if we were all to meet up?
The songwriting robot. Trash can, get inside, done.
Once again, we meet. And my answer to that question.
Answer the question.
The character I dress up as is Sean McChucker. McShucker. He's loud, he's brash, he's yeah, and that's me.
Who would I cosplay as, or who would the Duke cosplay as? Duke would cosplay as me. No, I'd cosplay as someone irredeemably evil, like the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, that kind of evil. Moustache twirling, cackling kind of evil. That's the kind of character I like to cosplay as. I think the Emperor would be a cool one for me to cosplay as.
And thank you for all the incredible, awesome viewer artwork. Let's check some out. Whoa!
Ooh. Yummy. That's cool.
I love it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Look at those lines.
Yes, mate!
Oh my god.
It's so good.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate your questions. You guys are amazing, and we hope you enjoyed the answers. We really appreciate you watching the show, checking out the music, and all the good things.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bells on. And don't forget about the Patreon.
And stay hydrated.